노조계 Wholeheartedly we bow to the one in this Saha world who manifested himself in order to save us, Shakyamuni Buddha. Today, as we offer Amrita, the pour over the baby Buddha, please also take some flowers, petals to your seat, and when I throw up the tree soundly, please join us. Take whatever you're doing, a third each time. Hangutsuke, verse for pouring Amrita on the infant Buddha. We now pour Amrita on Shakyamuni, the Dharma king. Purity, wisdom, and merit solemnly gather around. Sentient beings with the 5 defilements, leaving suffering behind. May the authentic Tathagata have a purified body of truth. Dharma Kaya. Please direct.
So, I'm really curious on it.
One's fine, but it's- Shokoge, the incense of precepts, meditation, wisdom. Liberation, knowledge, and vision fills the 10 directions that this always spreads everywhere. May this fragrance also in the following ways spread everywhere, over myself and others, the fivefold body of the Dharma. Yoguse Sundown. When we observe the body of the Prince Siddhartha, we see that it is golden and indomitable, an unsurpassed Vajra hammer breaking the mountain of illicit passions, possessing all the marks of the great man. His flat soles indicate correct ease. Therefore, when he was in his home country, it was very peaceful, and when he left home, he attained Buddhahood. His hands and feet bear the mark of the wheel with 1,000 spokes, so therefore he can turn the wheel of the Dharma and become the most venerable one in the triple world. A sheath covers his male organ, making it unobtrusive, so therefore the Dharma is pure. His fingers are long and slender, and his hands are soft and tender, therefore the Dharma endures. His teaching, remaining in the world for thousands of years, continuing to guide us. His skin and bodily hair is very soft, and the hair curls clockwise to turn away dust, and his body is golden and well proportioned. Therefore he can overcome the heterodox ways. The swastika on his chest of his lion-like body turns, but not with wickedness. And even while standing straight, he can touch his knees with his hands. Therefore everybody bows to him. The 7 parts of his body are convex, So therefore he has the power of 1,000 to face the future. Because of his past deeds as a bodhisattva, none can hold a grudge against him. There are 40 teeth in his mouth. They are all white and even, and he leads people with the Amrita of the Dharma. Therefore we have 7 treasures. His jowls are like lions. His 4 canines are signs of good fortune, and the virtue of the Buddha is revealed in the world. So therefore, there is great abundance in the past, present, future. Every favor is tasted exactly as it is, so he can perfectly discern what he is eating. Therefore, he can create the taste of the Dharma and bestow it upon everyone. His large tongue is like a lotus and can extend far enough to cover his face. So therefore, the various sounds he makes are like Amrita. The sound of his words are very beautiful, and they reverberate beyond heaven. Therefore, when he preaches the Dharma, it makes it easy for us to attain peace. His eyes are dark blue, and he observes all with compassion. Therefore, all beings never feel uncomfortable when gazing upon the Buddha. On his head is a top knot. The color of his hair is dark blue, and he wants everyone to. Therefore, the Dharma prospers. The light of his face is like a full moon. His color and figure is like the first blossom of flowers, and the hair between his eyes is pure white. There is nothing like the Buddha in the heavens above or the earth below. There is nothing like the Buddha in the worlds of the 10 directions. Even if we could see everything in this world, we would not see anybody like the Buddha. Santo Tuesday. The triple world is my property. All living beings therein are my children. There are many sufferings in this world. Only I can save all living beings. Please turn to page 9 in your Blue Dharma booklet. First, opening the sutra, Aikyoge. The most profound and wonderful teaching is presented in this sutra. This sutra is difficult to meet even once in thousands and millions of aeons. Now we have been able to see, hear, receive, and teach this sutra. May we understand the most excellent teaching of the Tathagata. The most excellent teaching of the great vehicle is very difficult for us to understand. We shall be able to approach enlightenment when we see, hear, or touch this sutra. Expounding is the Buddha's wisdom. Expounding is the Buddha's truth. The letters composing this sutra are the Buddha's manifestation. Just as Kirby was taught by something put nearby, so shall we be richly benefited by the sutra. Because its good merits are accumulated in this sutra, we can expiate our past transgressions, do good deeds, and attain Buddhahood by the merits of this sutra. It does not matter whether we are wise or not, or whether we believe the sutra or sacred. This sutra is the most wonderful and most excellent taught by the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. May we and receive it, earth after earth, world after world. Please turn to page 11 under Blue Dharma. Koto, Sutra chanting. Orengekyo, Oben Pondai ni, Iji Seisan, Jusan Mayan Joni, Kiko Shai Hatsu Shobun Shi, Jin Yuro Koshi Emon, Nange Nanju Isai Shouwan Yakushi Butsu Shofu no Chi Ori Shada Butsu no Shinran Yakusen Mandoku Bushu Shobutsu Kingyo Shobutsu Myo no Yukyo Shobin Yo Shobu Mon
小十人人理小無法理小説理集団芸大発高十上部時代中十円年中十理応援環境部集合弁運動集上料理長着小医者や将来応援知見原水会流速されの授業来知見東大人の無料無芸無償理天上芸術三枚人入最高級一歳二上無法大を授業来の中十分別行政書本自由な霊下出勤大を授業本自無料無縁二上無法無質上重視大を授業節上理者や無償の重大事件難言しより仏上仏内の無限小理想上理想行政総行政上行政大行政力行政三行政行政遠行政他行政法行政本末宗教と教理上行政総行政小行政大行政力行政三行政人行政遠行政他行政法行政本末宗教と教理上行政総行政小行政大行政力行政差行政人行政遠行政他行政法行政本末宗教と
You turn to page 35, what are you talking about?
法蓮華経、無大十両、本大十六、自我特物大小教小教習無料約千万国際や早期強制東京系部中国中上領有能物上以内無料公費小中領公法蓮華経案に自粛小中しせこな小中をしに小心中に小変動中上水門に空変中堅が滅動航空用車類限界連合に小活動新中上期春力式に入団期新力変物数に百新上期が流出場抽選アリの修上調剤師空滅技法弁力法弁流滅空滅上国修上修上新上者ダブを非中理説通上上等不問師単にが滅上が検証修上の図体を空海法中情報小活動林道新連道大設理説法天中力行税大和葬儀法調剤量抽選重要小重症重要 大他说说的他西多安门人民多之万门人说多他不是之我说文我之他给他是说说之二说ten他是ten之说他是的他是满他那给上不是之来是他说说是的是天说是之说之中有谁是之王谁说谁是说一样说人他说一口之梦三国有说是有是话是下手拍天大心在西三国话是是有是那天不下一次不是让西呀西有谁佛说有是否是否受同有否有其上莫口西手一口让有心之有心之口有一人口本一地有西口之在一文之有三口莫大呀之谁不出手之人下一方之人有之在一方之地有人大口一手有西心后一之下不走有之大后马之走之大走西之走有走之走有之有手怕走西三十之后爱西萨谁能一大有之手不知走走是否是西。
Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Dharma, Chapter 21, The Supernatural Powers of the Tathagata. The Buddhas, the world's saviors, have raised
supernatural powers, they display their immeasurable supernatural powers in order to cause all living beings to rejoice that the salvation reach the heaven above, and innumerable rays of light are emitted from their bodies. For those who are seeking the enlightenment of the Buddhas do these things rarely to be seen. The sound of coughing of the Buddhas and the sound of their fingers snapping reverberate over the world of the 10 quarters and the ground of those worlds placed in the 6 ways. The Buddhas joyfully display their immeasurable supernatural powers because the Bodhisattvas from underground vow to keep this sutra after my extinction. Even if I praise for innumerable kalpas, the keeper of this sutra to whom it is to be transmitted, I cannot praise him highly enough. His merits are as limitless, as infinite, as boundless as the size of the world of the 10 quarters. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to see me. He also will be able to see many treasures. Buddha, the Buddhas of my replicas and the Bodhisattvas whom I have taught today. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to cause me to rejoice. He also will be able to bring joy to the Buddhas of my replicas and also to many treasures. Buddha who once passed away, he also will be able to see the present, past, and future Buddhas of the world of the 10 quarters. Make offerings to them and cause them to rejoice. The Buddha sat at the place of enlightenment and obtained the hidden core. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to obtain the same before long. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to expound the meanings of the teachings and the names and words of the sutra. Their eloquence will be as boundless and as unhindered as the wind in the sky. Anyone who understands why the Buddha expounded these sutras, who knows the position of the sutra in the series of sutras, and who expounded after my extinction according to its true meaning, will be able to eliminate the darkness from the living beings of the world, where he walks about us as the light of the sun and the moon. Eliminates all darkness, he will be able to cause innumerable bodhisattvas to dwell finally in the one vehicle. Therefore the man of wisdom who hears the benefits of these merits and who keeps this sutra after my extinction will be able to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha permanently and doubtlessly.
Today's token discussion from Nichiren Shonin is entitled Mokue Mizo Haigin no Koto, the living body of the Buddha. The Buddha possesses 32 marks of physical excellence, all of which belong to the category of matter. Of the 32 marks, 31 are visible, beginning with the lowest, the thousand-spoke wheel and the sole of each foot, up to the unseen crown of his head. They can therefore be depicted in pictures or statues. Therefore, it is impossible for us to depict it in pictures and statues. Since the passing of the Buddha, his image has been preserved in two forms, wooden statues and portraits. They all depict 31 of the 32 marks of physical excellence of the Buddha, missing the last mark, the Brahma's voice. Without being equipped with all 32 marks, images of the Buddha claim to be the Buddha. Besides, they lack the spiritual aspect. When one compares these images of the Buddha against the living Buddha, a difference as great as the distance between heaven and earth or chalk and cheese is apparent. How then is it possible to passing of the Buddha, the living Buddha, and a wooden statue or portrait of the Buddha have the same merit? Moreover, it is stated in the Great Necklace Sutra, the Flower Garland Sutra, that the two types of the Buddha's image, wooden statue or portrait, are inferior in merit to the living Buddha. This being said, when a sutra is placed in front of such a wooden or painted image of the Buddha, the image then becomes equipped with all 32 marks of the Buddha's physical excellence. Nevertheless, if the mind of the Buddha is lacking, it does not become the Buddha, as there are many beings in the human and heavenly realms that possess the 32 marks. The physical aspect and the spiritual aspect are inseparable, yet sometimes they appear separate, revealing the intent of the Buddha as the letters of the Lotus Sutra as the mind of the Buddha. Those who read the Lotus Sutra, therefore, should not regard it as consisting of merely written words. The words are the mind of the Buddha. When we define the Lotus Sutra as the spiritual aspect and enshrine it alongside a wooden or painted image of the Buddha with 31 marks of physical excellence, the image itself becomes the living Buddha. This is what is called the attainment of Buddhahood by tree and plants. Please place your hands in Gasho for chanting the old Daimo Namu no Kore Keiso. Our lay leaders will direct you in and offer my incense during the recitation of the. 기교난지 나그산지 샤가소금한기 요대시는 조주조산 대석유요 대석유조겐되며 지하요 드나샤 소비시 도금요 구주로 오라이세 도그시시조 대신두시 유준맨지 구주메스도 도노케도 기대조 텐진 대견기겐 오그리세 노슈유 세수이 사이센 아요요. Today's service we dedicate to those in sickness and distress. We dedicate it to Ava Adams, Jack Malone, Kim Williams, Ricky DeVoe, Nathan and Melissa Schoaf, Aaron Williams, Xander Cole, and James Massey. We also remember those who have passed during the time of this week. We remember Gail Bold, Oscar Jordan, and David E. Spence. Place your hands in Joshua. With reverence, we decorate the shrine of the Buddha with flowers to represent the beauty of the Lumbini garden. Make offerings of incense, flowers, light, amrita, pure water, and celebrate the birthless birth of our original Lord, teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha, our great benefactor, who attained Buddhahood in the remotest past. May the Buddha teaching all living beings in the present and future unceasingly, just as he did in the past, and have compassion for both those who are with the Dharma and those who are opposed to it. May all living beings in Jambu Dvipa wash away dust and trouble by his teachings. May all the people of the Dharma realm live long upon this field of merit. The Buddha proclaimed at his birth, I alone am the honored one in all of the heavens and on the earth below. The all living beings in the physical world are suffering. I alone can save them. We thereby offer our sincere gratitude to the Buddha for his great compassion. It is my sincere hope and deep reverence that the members of this temple continue to grow and deepen their faith and practice. This is our 5th celebration of the Buddha's birthday. We have many new children that will grow up in this temple, that will grow up as Nichiren Buddhists, as practicing members of the Sangha, and each member of this temple will be a brother, a sister, an uncle, an aunt, a father, and a mother. Process of growing. May we do a credible job of growing our temple, growing our faith, and raising our children. May the merits we have accumulated by this offering be distributed among all living beings, and may we and all other living beings attain the awakening of the Buddha. And may the Dharma realm be equally benefited. Shido. The 4 initiating vows. I will cause all living beings to cross the ocean of birth and death if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to emancipate themselves from suffering if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to have peace of mind if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to attain nirvana if they have not yet done so. With this body, until I attain Buddhahood, I shall maintain my faith in the Lotus Sutra. Hold on something. Honor be to the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni, our original teacher, attained awakening in the remotest past. Honor be to the Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Dharma, the teaching of equality, great wisdom, the one. Honor be to our original teacher, superior practice, our founder, the great Bodhisattva Nichiren Shonin. Farewell. Uso. Yui Gansho Shoshu Everyone remember us. You would like to come again another confession. Thank you all very much for celebrating Shaksana Bhopane, whose birthday with us, also known as Hanmatsu. Thank you very much. We have a lovely lunch and repast planned, so please enjoy. Might not have anything but rice, but.
Well, we also have celebration bread.
Or celebration bread, rice, and celebration bread and all sorts of good stuff. So thank you all very much.